Hey guys, it's Tori Rikishi here, and I want to talk about what the real problem is with Metal Gear Solid Delta. I brushed over this in my last video. Please check it out after this one, so I'll just quickly reintroduce it here. In 2016, the year after Kojima was fired by Konami, the company released a patch slot machine, also known as pachinko or Japanese slots. This machine had photorealistic renderings of Metal Gear Solid 3 cutscenes to pad the gambling mechanics. For years, players and fans of the series lamented that they'd never get to play the original games with these graphics until Metal Gear Solid Delta was announced. It's the exact same game as Metal Gear Solid 3, just ported to the Unreal Engine 5. I just want to drop in and let you know that I don't use AI for my videos. Any support is appreciated, and if you'd like, you can help me out on Ko-Fi. Coffee, you know the thing. Without further ado, sure, the graphical fidelity of Delta is off the charts, and it really does look like real life on a regular basis. But what's the point of this fidelity if the frames are too low to enjoy it? Like every other Unreal release for the past 5 years, it's a glitchy, unoptimized mess. Why in 2025 can't a game run a stable 30 frames per second, let alone 60? We have the technology to do this, it's just game devs rushing the process and not bothering to make sure it runs well on even the most powerful graphics cards. Do they hate us? Maybe. It actually brings up a scary thought. What if this engine is just impossible to optimize? It's been 5 years since it was released, and we've only seen probably one game that runs well on Unreal since then. 2023's Like a Dragon Ishin, the remake/Western release of Yakuza Ishin from 2014. But that's a different case. Ryuga Gotoku Studios are renowned for their asset reuse and performance-saving measures, and the whole base of the game was already 10 years old by then. They just had to upgrade the front end for modern devices. And, it was released on Unreal Engine 4, so even that doesn't count as a win for Unreal when it comes to Engine 5. This entire generation of gaming has been a scam. How many remakes have we gotten this gen? Look at Silent Hill 2. They made it an ugly, sexless, janky mess. They had the wherewithal to use fog to emulate the feeling of the old game, but not enough to use that fog the same way the original release did. Whereas the original game used fog to keep farther assets low detail and not rendered in order to save on performance, the remake said, to hell with that. Every single asset was loaded in full quality at every moment. This generation of gaming has shown that the regression was seen at the AAA level last gen wasn't a fluke, it's the new norm. They didn't even bother to upgrade the motion capture for Delta. They used the same rigging as a PS2 version, making everything look weirder than it, and not in a good way. I've got my problem with the quirky parts of Metal Gear Solid as a series, but that's another topic for another video. See, I play games for the gameplay. Even if the story is terrible, it's okay as long as it's fun. It's how I got through Horizon Zero Dawn. And that's how most people play games, no matter how much they say they value the story. So you take a game renowned for its gameplay above all else, and what do you do with it? If you're Konami in 2025, you make the gameplay worse. Absolute geniuses working there. All the hard work these devs did, from revamping controls to recreating the entirety of Metal Gear Solid 3 in super high fidelity, means nothing. As I've said, the performance tanking is so ridiculous you might as well watch someone else play it at a PowerPoint presentation. It's like someone took a reel of film from the 1800s and just upscaled the resolution. And I'll admit, I'm a sucker for good graphics. Like, realistic graphics are excellent. I love when a game looks like it's happening in real life, and oftentimes I just sit and admire how lifelike a game looks. But at the cost of having fun? What kind of idiots do these companies think we are? I mean, seriously, 30 frames per second would have been bearable. That's how so many console players have been playing most games for eons. I may be part of the master race now, but just because I'm used to 180Hz doesn't mean I can't go back to 30. It's like meeting an old friend, not as smooth as I'd like, but certainly playable. I'm seeing this game go down to the teens. Like, for God's sake, it's not even legal anymore. This kind of thing doesn't even happen by accident. It's a negligence. Negligence on the part of Epic Games who refuse to release a stable engine. Negligence on the part of developers who choose to use this engine, knowing how anti-optimized it is. Negligence on the part of consumers who know this game runs like shit, but still buy it and defend it. Just because they like Metal Gear Solid. And if you say something bad about this game, you're saying something bad about them. This is how fandom works. Zealous fans of a work conflate that work with their own sense of identity. Anyone who dislikes that work must be an enemy, simple and destructive. You see evidence of your eyes. Look at the frames. Tell me that's normal. I dare you. You're only lying to yourself. Konami does not deserve this kind of glazing. Kojima does not deserve this kind of glazing. As a consumer, it's our responsibility to demand better product for our money's worth. $70 for this polished piece of shit. Imagine if somebody wrote Shakespeare in their dookie. You wouldn't call that art, would you? Would you? Why would you call this abomination, this assault on graphics cards, good? The people making this game hate you. They only want your money, not your respect or adoration or anything that isn't money. I know some people are gonna mock the fact that I'm bringing this up. They'll say, well, of course the company wants to make money, duh. But the point is, the company doesn't want to make money with art or respect anymore. They just want to repackage your nostalgia and sell it at unreasonable prices. You'd be better off keeping the pain of your lost childhood locked up inside until you can buy the original hardware and game again, or just use an emulator. It's not the best choice, but it's only second to straight up owning the real things. I have a CRT TV and a PS2, but that hadn't ruined my ability to play Metal Gear Solid 3 on my Vita or even on my PC. Because the fact of the matter is, the gameplay itself is significant. It's about half of the feel. It's more than enough to keep the nostalgia pumping healthily until you somehow get an old TV and system. It's a better use of your time and money too. It's a throwback to times when companies had to respect the consumer on some level, before the whole world blew up and they realized they could just screw you without consequence. Reputation doesn't matter to modern companies. All that matters is their ability to rip off old stuff with a good reputation. It's like when Jackie Chan got big in America and some of his old movies were rebranded. I'm still pissed that I wasted a good 2 hours watching Rumble in Hong Kong on Tubi. It's just a bad B movie where Jackie Chan might as well be a mute hobo. Speaking of, you'd be better off just not playing games than playing a modern Unreal Engine slop remake. I guarantee that Rumble in the Bronx is gonna make you feel 1,000 times better in all the right places. Just stop giving your money to these greedy, heartless bastards. These companies can and should do better. We, the members of the audience, consumers, what have you, deserve better. You guys agree? Let me know what you think. If you survived the video, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Goodbye.